Good afternoon. Getting this off a little late today, but glad to be with you this afternoon on this Tuesday afternoon and hope that you are doing well no matter when you are watching this. This past Sunday, we have been in Daniel chapter 3. Daniel chapter 3 is one of my favorite chapters in all the Bible. And one of the reasons it is one of my favorite chapters is because of three men named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And I'd like to read from Daniel chapter 3, starting in verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If this be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But if not, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. Of course, King Nebuchadnezzar had set up this giant statue, and everybody was to bow down to it when they heard different kinds of musical instruments that were being played. But for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they wouldn't do it. They were fully committed to the Lord no matter what. And even though Nebuchadnezzar threatened to throw them into the fiery furnace and said, and who is the God who will deliver you out of my hands? They responded to him and said, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If this be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. Notice the confidence that these three men had in their God. Our God is able to save us from this fiery furnace. Some have said that the furnace could have been as hot as 1,500 degrees, and they were so confident that God would be able to save them. They said that before the king. Even if you throw us in there, our God is able to save us. But notice verse 18. But if not, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. Notice they say, even if God decides not to save us, he's fully capable of doing it. Don't make that mistake, King Nebuchadnezzar. He can do it. But if it is not his will to save us, we still will not bow down. We still will not worship your gods or this image that you have set up. And it makes me wonder about us today. Do we wake up every morning fully committed to the Lord, knowing that no matter what comes across our table that day, whatever happens in our lives, that we look to see what God's will is first, what is pleasing to God? Sometimes I wonder if I would have been like them, if I would have been like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and said, nope, not going to happen. Or would I have been scared for my life and said, maybe God will just look past this. I know who I worship, but, I'll do it so that I can keep worshiping God on this earth. But notice these three, they had positions in the government. For the Jews that were in Babylonia, they probably had it fairly well. And they said, no, we refuse. We will not bow down. And because they did not bow down, it changed King Nebuchadnezzar. It changed those that were around them to where they realized who the true and one God is. When people look at our lives, can they see who God is? Do they know who the one true God is? Just based on how we act and what we say and what we accept and what we don't accept. Brothers and sisters, may we be like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fully committed to the Lord. And when people look at us, may they see our God and know that he is alive and well and is the true God. I hope and pray that you have a great rest of your week. Remember, God loves you. I love you as well. And God willing, we'll see you again next week. God bless.